You are about to participate
in a great adventure.
You are about to experience the awe and mystery
Which reaches from the inner mind to
the outer limits.
The Horror of Philosophy, Volume 1. It's bringing up many questions of our nature as human beings, the genre of horror in regards to philosophy specifically, and the horror of, first and foremost, existing as a human being, and then the horror of realizing that what we experience as reality is a very limited conception of reality. There may very well be more to the world than our perception allows us to see. The novels of H.P. Lovecraft, he's got this really great part where he speaks about this person who is documenting his experience with the scientists. They enter this magic circle, and the horror comes in when they realize that by entering into this sacred circle, the reality of the world as it truly is begins to unfold and reveal itself to them. And this guy's horrified to see that the same world that he was living in is being occupied now by these gelatinous blobs of oozes that are floating around him the entire time, and yet wasn't able to see them because he wasn't inside of the sacred circle. The realization that
the world's an old place.
Oh shit, the world that we live in is not necessarily the world for us. The way that we have structured reality doesn't necessarily imply that reality is under any sort of obligation to reflect what our perception is of that reality. And then the third part of the horror element is the world without us. The realization that the world, the universe in general, is entirely indifferent to our existence, and whether we existed or not is completely fucking irrelevant. Inevitably, the sun will explode, and it will take anything that is within its vicinity with it, including this planet. Meaning that everything that we've ever come to know about human existence, it's all gone. Everything. This right here, everything that preceded this, and everything that's gonna come after this, it basically was as if it never existed. The whole Thanos idea where you snap your fingers and it just ceases to exist. Unless we find our way off this planet and onto a more sustainable planet before that particular time comes. Now it gets a little bit deeper than that. It's an old conundrum in idealism that ideas are what shape our reality. The problem with this is that the only way that idealism works is if there is something or someone to experience that reality or have that idea. So whatever idea is that we have of what a world without us will be, us imagining what the world and the universe is with us in it. This very horrific, this very primordial fear that seeps into our consciousness at any given moment.
The mind of man
has always longed to know
what lies beyond the world we live in.
It's like this gets me wondering.
Explorers
Adventure into the deeps
in the heights.
If the ghosts of people can haunt a house,
Of these explorers,
some are scientists,
some are mystics.
well, why can't the ghosts of creatures haunt where they once lived?
Each is driven by a different purpose.
the one thing they share in common,
Is a wish to cross
the borderlands that lie beyond.
the outer limits.